Good morning, SK.
Good morning, SK.
Welcome back, SK.
Good morning, South.
Good morning, SK. Today's officially the last day of our 2020-2021 school year, so let's make it a good one. Let's start off with the general news, but stay tuned because I have a personal message for everyone here at the end of the show. Please check in with Mrs. Schooler in the book room to make sure you have a clean record. Speaking of books, make sure you grab your pre-purchased yearbook before you leave today. If you did not pre-order one, then you're out of luck. They're all sold out. Make sure to turn in your Chromebooks and charging cords so you don't get a fine. From what I've heard, it's a pretty hefty fine, so try to avoid it and turn in your laptops and cords. Don't forget the district's free meal program kicks off Wednesday. Get 5 breakfasts and 5 lunches every Wednesday this summer. Just check the screen for times and locations. Also, next year, breakfast and lunch will be free for all SKSD students. On the subject of things not to forget, do you have some sunblock for tomorrow?
The sun is shining and summer is near. I bet you can't wait to lay in the sun or enjoy your favorite activities outside. But too much sun exposure can cause sunburns, premature aging, eye damage, and even skin cancer. To lower your risk of sun radiation, it is important to apply sunscreen. The FDA recommends you use a broad-spectrum sunscreen of SPF 15 or higher. Additionally, remember to reapply every 2 hours. Keep your skin healthy this summer season and enjoy your days outside in the sun.
Now, if only sunblocks worked on keeping mosquitoes away, I would be set for the summer. This next bit is for athletes. Many team pictures, certificates, and letters remain to be picked up at the athletics office, so grab those on your way out today. Summer conditioning is scheduled for a few sports here at South, so make sure your permission slips are turned in by Monday. For more info, check on the athletics office or the school's website. Before we bring this year to a close, we'd like to take some time to look back. No, not this year, no. The past 100 years.
As some of you may know, South Kitsap High School was built in 1921, making this year South's 100th year. Looking back, some staff members have been affiliated with South for over 60 years.
I'm a 2002 graduate. I went to schools like Mullenix Ridge and John Sedgwick and South.
My history goes back, I'm guessing, to the 60s for me when my in-laws went through here.
Oddly enough, starts back in the 1960s. And no, I'm not that old, but that's when my mother and my mother-in-law graduated from South Kitsap High School.
South Kitsap is where I started my teaching career. This is my 4th year here, so all my seniors who are leaving, you started out with me. And I absolutely love South.
Especially in 2020, we learned that a lot can happen in a year. And with the overwhelming stress and chaos we have experienced, accomplishments can often be overlooked. But South definitely has some moments to be proud of that we should highlight.
Obviously been through a lot in the last couple of years, but we had some great fun Friday night memories. I think the pep assemblies have been awesome. I love the tradition and the spirit and look forward to building on that in the future.
I've seen a lot of community service. I've seen a lot of passion from the students as they look out to where they live and reach out to the people around them.
When I go back to when I was in high school and what our options were as classes, it's nothing compared to what it is today. And so I think that the opportunities that students have in this building are even just as great as they could be at a community college.
With the multitudes of achievements our school as a whole and individuals have achieved over 100 years, celebrating SK can be done in many different ways.
I think when you look at 100 years, it's not just what's going on here at the time, it's also the community that goes into it as well, and honoring the traditions and the history of all the people that helped to create 100 years.
I just acknowledging all of the amazing people that have come through this building during that time and what those people have contributed to society, to our local communities, to the greater communities, just all these amazing South Kitsap graduates and where they've landed.
Commemorating South's centennial year has brought many of us to reflect on how we contributed to our community. While a centennial has been accomplished, there is always room for improvement and ways South can be a better community moving forward.
Promoting kindness, promoting inclusiveness, promoting our diversity, and really reaching out to one another, both amongst our students and our staff members and doing it from each one to the other.
By keeping students centered as our focus and growing them will be our main goal. I also look at the student voice as well, so looking at what our students are interested in and engaged in and making sure we follow those dreams and passions.
As we strive to continue improving South and ourselves, it's important to recognize all the opportunities and events that can be fulfilled in your own community. And you might even end up making some of your favorite memories.
My favorite memory from South Kitsap High School was in 2018 when the wrestling team won the state championship.
I think the favorite memory that I have is not just a single memory, but it's the collection of the students that have gone through and the relationships and the friendships that I've built while I've been here.
DECA trips. So we have a very involved group of seniors, happens to be my grade, continuing on to senior year where they continue to win medals and move on to internationals and things like that.
Oh, I got to think the dedicating the field to Coach Ed Fisher and storming the field and breaking that streak, getting rid of that thing.
Classroom baseball. When that happened after school and we had to get correct instruments for playing classroom baseball, I always really enjoyed that.
As a student, was definitely going to the football games on Friday nights. That's where everybody was. As a staff member, seeing students grow into young adults.
This June, when my son gets to graduate from South Kitsap High School and kind of carry on that legacy, and then 2 years following that when our daughter gets to graduate from South. That's really important, and I honestly hope that someday they bring their families back to South Kitsap High School and my grandchildren a long, long time from now graduate from South Kitsap High School.
Whether you were screaming your heart out at a pep assembly or admiring a poster in the hallway, South Kitsap would not be complete without each and every one of you. Through several ups and downs, sleepless nights, Friday night lights, productions, spirit weeks, and so much more, what you make of your experiences at South can be truly life-changing. I definitely know they were for me.
And one great way to wrap up these past 100 years is by watching the 100th class of SK Graduate. You can go to tinyurl.com/watchskgrad21 to see the class of 2021 graduate live. Alrighty, now that all that is out of the way, time for the real talk I mentioned at the start of the show. Us juniors, listen up. Next year, we are going to be top dogs. And I'm 99.9% sure that it won't be as crazy and unorthodox as it was last time we had that title. Yes, I am talking about middle school. I don't know for sure about Marcus kids, so if you see me later, let me know. But Sedgwick and Cedar had the 2 new sets of kids introduced when we hit the 8th grade, when it would have been 1 set if it weren't for the change that year. I wouldn't stress too much about being top dogs at this school, even though it might have been rough to get used to back then. Now that that nostalgia trip has been wrapped up, it's time to end the show, and in just over an hour, wrap up this school year. It's been an honor working with everyone I did this year, especially seniors who showed me the ropes to running the show. I'm Y. Pudlow, and thank you for watching today's show. Whether you are at home or here in the building, I wish you all a great rest of your day and a happy summer. That's all from me. Peace.